Welcome to Pure Mind Think. I'm your host, and today we're diving into a story that's as mysterious as it is urgent, a tale of dreams, warnings, and the raw power of nature. It's a story about a prophecy tsunami, a vision so vivid it stayed with me for weeks. And with the recent earthquake that rattled Myanmar just yesterday, March 28, 2025, I can't shake the feeling that we're being called to pay attention. Stay with me to the end, because this isn't just about what might happen. It's about finding peace and purpose no matter what comes. Let's begin.
First of all, my condolences to the families of the victims of yesterday's earthquake in central Myanmar. A devastating earthquake that caused a building to collapse as far away as Thailand, 2,000 miles away. Several weeks ago, I woke up from a dream unlike any other. It wasn't vague or fleeting. It was sharp, detailed, like a movie playing in my mind. I was walking across a concrete bridge with round metal bars on top, designed to keep people safe from the river below. Beside me was a friend, a man I've known for years, Tony. We were chatting about an interview he'd just done. Nothing heavy, just casual talk. Then, out of nowhere, a young girl's voice piped up behind me. She said, "Daddy, did you hear about the big earthquake that happened?" I turned to Tony, puzzled. "Big earthquake?" I asked. And just like that, the scene shifted.
Before I could process her words, I looked out and saw it. A massive wall of water barreling toward us. "Tony!" I yelled. "There's a tsunami coming!" The bridge stretched long ahead of us, leading into a bustling city. We could have run, but I had this gut feeling. If that wave hit, our best shot was to stay put. I grabbed those metal bars, wrapping my arms tight, bracing for impact. The wave roared in, an echoing, unearthly sound, like the ocean itself was screaming. It crashed against the shore, sending buses and cars spinning like toys. But it didn't sweep over us. The water rose fast, though. Soon we were wading through it, knee to waist deep, in a city thrown into chaos.
The downtown was beautiful, or it had been. Markets lined the streets, and I saw a group of Hispanic folks outside what looked like a restaurant, staring in disbelief as water poured in. Tony and I pushed on toward a hotel, its first floor dark, elevators dead, probably from the power outage. Upstairs, I found my wife, Pam, safe but shaken, and other friends from a conference we'd been attending. People were buzzing with nervous energy, some sipping coffee, others pacing. Outside, a bus full of church folks floated by, miraculously unharmed. I woke up right after that, heart pounding, every detail etched in my memory. I didn't even need to write it down. It was that clear.
Now, fast forward to yesterday, March 28th, 2025. A 5.8 magnitude earthquake struck Myanmar, rattling homes and sending people fleeing into the streets. No tsunami followed, thank God, but it got me thinking. That dream I had, it wasn't my first. Years ago, I saw Japanese temples swallowed by waves, and later, the 2011 tsunami hit. I dreamed of an oil rig explosion off Louisiana, and sure enough, the Deepwater Horizon disaster followed. These weren't coincidences, they were warnings. And this latest dream? It feels tied to something bigger, something the Bible itself points to. In Luke 21:25, Jesus said, "There will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars, and on the earth, distress of nations in perplexity because of the roaring of the sea and the waves." Roaring. That word stuck with me because that's exactly what I heard in the dream.
Tsunamis aren't just random. They're born from earthquakes, like the one in Myanmar, when the Earth's plates clash and send shockwaves through the ocean. Survivors of past tsunamis, like the one in Indonesia in 2004, talk about that roaring sound, an echo that chills you to the bone. It's not the usual crash of waves. It's deeper, wilder. And here's the thing, science backs this up. The Greek word for roaring in Luke 21 means an echoing sound, a perfect match for what people describe. So when I heard about Myanmar, my mind raced back to that bridge, that wave, that voice saying, "Big earthquake." Was it a prophecy tsunami waiting to unfold?
But this isn't just about predicting disaster. It's about what we do with the time we have. In the dream, Tony and I made it through. My friends Jensen and his wife Charisse, Pam, they were okay too. We weren't fearless, but we were prepared. And that's the heartbeat of this story. Preparation, not panic. Think about it. When a hurricane's coming, you board up your house. A tornado? You head to the basement. Tsunamis, though, they're trickier. If the quake's close to shore, you might have minutes. If it's far out, maybe an hour. So what do? Experts say get to higher ground, fast. Don't stand there gawking at the water pulling back. And here's a wild tip. Watch the animals. Before the Indonesian tsunami, elephants bolted for the hills, dogs went crazy. They knew something was coming. God gave them that instinct, and He's given us warnings too.
Now, let's get practical. Imagine you're in a coastal town. That Myanmar quake didn't trigger a tsunami, but the next one might. Keep your gas tank at least half full. Trust me, you don't want to be stuck in line when everyone's fleeing. Have a bug-out bag ready. Water, snacks, a change of clothes, some cash and small bills. I've got friends who keep these in their cars, just in case. And if you've got kids, make a plan. Keep those phones charged. Teach them where to go if chaos hits. This isn't about living in fear. It's about living smart. Because here's the truth. These things will happen. Jesus said so. The question is, will we be ready?
But there's a bigger picture here, a thread that ties this prophecy tsunami to something eternal. Luke 21 doesn't stop at the waves. It says after the roaring, the powers of heaven will be shaken, and then the Son of Man will return in glory. That's the hope I cling to. See, I didn't ask for these dreams. They just come. My dad had them, my grandfather too, and every time they point me back to the Creator. Think about Myanmar. Buildings shook, but life went on. Why? Because there's a hand holding it all together, even when it feels like it's falling apart.
So here's my challenge to you. Don't let fear win. That verse says men's hearts will fail from fear of what's coming. But we don't have to be those people. The Creator who spoke the oceans into being, He's still in control. When I saw that tsunami in my dream, I wasn't alone. Tony was there. My wife, my friends. We made it through because we held on. Literally to those bars, but also to faith. And yesterday in Myanmar, people survived because they ran to safety, because they trusted their instincts. Trust yours too, but anchor it in something unshakable. Here's where it gets personal. I don't know when or where this prophecy tsunami will hit. I didn't name the state in my dream because that's not the point. It's not about scaring you into moving. It's about waking you up to live. Maybe it's tied to Myanmar. Maybe it's years away. But I do know this. The Creator's been whispering warnings for centuries. Through dreams, through scripture, through the earth itself. He's not out to destroy us. He's calling us home. So stock your bag, charge your phone, watch the skies. But above all, trust Him. Because when the waves roar, He's still the one calming the storm.
Thanks for sticking with me to the end. If this stirred something in you, hit that subscribe button. We're unpacking truth like this every week on Pure Mind Think. Drop a comment. Have you ever had a dream that felt like a warning? Let's talk about it. And hey, check out the links below for more on preparing for the unexpected. Until next time, keep your mind pure and your eyes open. See you soon.